I went out there and got my trail cam. It's been outside for a good long time. That's the Tasco, and this thing didn't last very long. That's all I've got left out of it, but it's just fell apart. And it's amazing this thing didn't fall beforehand. But I was taking this thing apart, and you know, it wraps through right there on the back, right here, and it ties on to stuff. As soon as I touched it, this stuff just was falling apart. And it was just whoops, see how easy it came apart? But yeah, I mean, it just fell right apart. So I'm saving this piece right here. I think what I'm gonna have to do is get me some leather instead of this crap right here. So anyway, I'm gonna take that in and replace the batteries off of it. I'm gonna work on this. Got to put new batteries in it. Got to get my directions so I can reset up the. Got to reset up. You know, it's got these. It's got that little display here. It's got this and these. Let me turn it on. Oh, look. Can you see it? It actually displays something. Huh. Okay. But I'm gonna take it in and oh, I hope that don't break. Okay. Take it in, clean it up a little bit, and then put it back together. So I got it in the house. This right here is the part that was falling apart. This braid stuff here, it sat out in the sun, it got sun damaged, and it just fell apart. So that's all I've got left of it. I've saved this piece here because I want to be able to reuse it. I'll be making a whole new strap to go on this to be able to, you know, run it through here and tie it onto the trees. This thing also comes with this, which is kind of like a, I guess you could put it on a tripod. Anyway, it's got this side piece here, which opens right there, and then you can come in here. You got your on-off switch here, and also be able to do some settings here. This is your little light, and then in the middle there's a sensor. So at nighttime, when this thing right here senses movement, it will turn these lights on, and they're not lights that you can necessarily see with your eyes. They're a different type of light, but there is a little red there is a red thing in here that whenever this thing comes on, you can see a little red dot. So that's your motion sensor. These are your lights. This is just a little screen to read out to show you, you know, like here, I'll turn that on, see if you can see anything in there. Maybe kind of hard to see it, but it's displaying something right there, and then you can use these to adjust that. See the little red light come on there? That's because I was doing this and it kind of sensed movement. If I turn it on, right, then it wants to actually operate. So it sensed me doing some movement there. But turn that off. In the side here, right here, That little slit right there is where you put your SD card in for your memory, for your pictures. And then there's also a connection here and a connection there for, I forget exactly what these connections are for, but I think you can connect it up to your computer this way. That right there may be actually an earphone plug. I'm not really sure. I'd have to look at the instructions and see. But that's your camera. See it right there? That's your camera. Where it takes pictures. Go ahead and close that. This area right here is your battery spot. This says batteries 8 times AA. But what you do is it's kind of spring-loaded. You push it in. Come on. Come on. Let's see. Alright. Oh, yeah, it's got this little thing here you gotta push. So you push it in a little bit, and then you do that. Come on. Dang. Alright. See if I can figure this out. I've done it before because I put batteries in it. Alright, I'll figure that out. Let me go find my instructions. I think the only real problem I have with this thing is getting the battery out. I found the instruction booklet, and in here it just says press the battery eject button and then pull that thing out. And, well, this says battery and then a little arrow pointing that way, so I assume it's supposed to go that way. There is a little bit of room there, but it just doesn't want to go. So, anyway, I've worked at it, worked at it, worked at it. I think that might just be the only one thing about this that I just really don't like. Is that. So I'm going to have to sit here and work at that and see if I can get it out. I did go in there and find my, this is a 16 gigabyte SD card, and it goes right here in the side. And then these are the AA, and it's an 8-pack. I had already taken one battery out of there and put it in clock, so I have to go ahead and find me another one. I found the booklet, and also found, part of the packaging. It says this is a 1 second trigger speed. A 5-second recovery rate, 6-month battery life, 8 megapixel trail camera, Tasco. And it is in color, except at nighttime, which is, a little different. Quick and easy setup, 8 megapixels, 720p video, okay. 1 second trigger speed, 50-foot flash range, 6-month battery life, time and date stamp on images, runs on 8 AA batteries, which are not included when you purchase it. It can do up to a 32 gigabyte SD card, which is also not included. The one I put in there is a 16 gigabyte. I guess you can see I got this open, but what I had to do is I had to get something tough like this and press that little thing down right there. It was kind of tough, but I got in there and I just went pop and did it, and that popped out. So there's the batteries. I guess you can see that, huh? Yeah, you can see it. Okay. So those are Rayovac batteries. I'm going to go ahead and remove those and put the new batteries in. Of course, it did say that it was powered up, so I don't know if there's a little battery thing in here. Let me look and see in the direction booklet. Well, nothing I see. But anyway, this little direction booklet here has you know, some instructions on operations, all the different little things that you do with it, like loading batteries, inserting SD card, the setup mode. It gives you instructions on how to set up, and then examples of the setup mode. Setting the interval, setting capture mode, setting camera ID, SD card format, restore default settings, mounting and aiming the camera, switching on the camera, sensing angle and distance, saving viewing the photos, videos on your computer, downloading and reviewing image files from the SD card, troubleshooting, frequently asked questions, you know, things like that. So, and it gives you technical specs. And of course, 1 year limited warranty. So yeah, let me go see if I can find another good battery, because that pack right there is missing one battery. I had to put it in the clock. But yeah, that's what that battery pack looks like. I'm thinking, I don't know if it'll really work or not, but I'm thinking that I might actually be able to create a better battery pack for this. That'll be a whole different video, won't it? Okay. Anything that has batteries in it like this, whenever you take the old batteries out, you should always check to make sure the batteries are not leaky or anything like that. You definitely don't want to get it on your hands and rub your eye, or get it on your clothes or anything, because the stuff that leaks out of batteries, well, it's an acid, so it will eat. It'll put holes in your clothes, or if you get it in your eye, it'll want to eat away at your eye, you know, stuff like that. So be careful. But what I'm doing is oh, come on, get out. Sometimes they just don't want to come out right. If they don't want to come out, get you something like this and just kind of, well, the spring's right there, so, oh, come on. They're in there tight, that's for sure. Woo, there we go. Anyway, you just kind of pry them out a little bit. But once you get them pried out, you know, inspect them just to make sure they're not leaky. Because just one little leaky battery can really cause problems. Not just for the operation of the trail camera, but also the you know, getting it on your clothes or in your eye or whatever. So you just got to be careful of that. I got like little clips that kind of hold them in there. That's why it's a little tougher to get them out. But yeah, just make sure you check them all just to make sure. None of these are leaky, but I just wanted to make sure anyway. And I'm going to set those aside. And I set the old ones aside. They're not totally bad, But I just wanted to make sure, because I'm going to put this trail camera out there. I'm going to leave it sitting for I don't know how long. But what I want to do with the camera here is I want to be able to capture on the SD card, what's going in and out of my shed. Do I have groundhogs? Do I still have groundhogs? I'm not seeing them with my eyes, but that doesn't mean they're not around, right? So make sure you put these in the right way. So on this one, the spring's there, and the spring always fits against this part, not that part. I guess you can see that spring fits against that part, not that part. So when you put them in, make sure you put them in the right direction. There's a, see that? There's a spring there and a flat part there. Spring touches this. Flat part touches that. So there you go. See how I got this little bump thing out right here? Right? That's because the flat part's on the other end and it fits against that. And then you just make sure you, oh, I'm still missing one battery. I guess what I'll do is I'll take the one out of the clock. I had this clock wasn't keeping good time, so I took one of those batteries and I put it in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just pull this battery out of here, because this battery goes with these. And I'll put the, here we go. And I'll put one of these that came out of the trail camera into my clock, because that's where it needs to go. Alright. There we go. Put it in there right. I don't know if I put it in there right. Oh no, I think I got it in there backwards. Yep, got it in there backwards. Always try to keep in mind the polarity, I guess you can say, the negative and positive, and how it fits. Oh well. Yeah, it's working. Okay, so got that in there right. All right, let me put my clock back on the wall. Hopefully that battery will hold it in there pretty good. And then that will just slide right back in there. And it fits in here. Nice little battery pack. Once I figured out how to operate the little switch thing there. See this little thing? It's got a little thing that just pushes down a little bit. And it pushes down, I guess you can see that. It pushes down against that right there. Otherwise, that little thing right there kind of keeps it from coming out. Right? See how that goes in, back and forth? Okay. So whenever I slide this back in there, it goes in easily, you'll hear it click. Hope you heard that. But anyway, I've got the new batteries in there, and these are Energizer. It says Energizer Max AA. There's an 8-pack, so that's in there. I put the SD card in my computer, and I just wanted to see what was on it, and I thought I had already deleted all the files that were on there from before, or saved them on my computer. So, but anyway, I checked it out, and this SD card is totally empty. And right here on the side, you can see that's the slot that you put the SD card in, and you put it in there with this facing the front. You don't put it in there this way. It goes this way. facing the front of this. And you just stick it in there. You push it in there until it latches in. Now, it's totally in there and it's secure. And when this closes, if you notice, the SD card is on the inside. So when this is closed and it latches in, it's in there. It's inside. It's safe from the weather. It's safe from animals and bugs prying on it or messing with it. And if you notice, around the edge here, I know it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but there is like a little nice rubber gasket that fits in there. Just gotta make sure I get it back in there right. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, when you close it, that rubber gasket fits right along this little raised ledge all the way around. So it gets a nice, good weatherproof seal. And, it's been out in the weather for a long time, and when I opened it up, it was nice and clean on the inside. Everything was fine with it. Didn't see any damage or anything like that. The only thing I really saw was like on the outside was like where little spiders had built spider nests. Basically, that's all. I did have to wipe something out of here. I think it was like a little bug had died there, and kind of got in the way. But other than that, it seems to be doing. This part seems to be holding up great. But this part right here, this thing did not. I guess it did the sun rot, you know, the sun just deteriorated it, the weather. This part was kind of like back, you know, behind it, but it definitely, all the rest of it just totally fell apart when I started touching it. And this is not long enough for me to use. So I've saved this part, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a whole new, I don't have it right now to put on here, but I'm going to put a whole new strap on here. And I'm thinking that what I'm going to do, instead of doing a fabric strap that'll just deteriorate due to the sunshine and the weather, I'm going to get something that lasts much more long term. And this part right here seems to be doing okay. It's tough. So, I guess the next step is to look through the, what do you call this? The instruction manual, and set this thing up. Because when I took the batteries out, I think this thing just, you know, probably, you know, lost its memory. So I'll have to reset that. Set it all back up to work. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set this up. I don't know if you'll be able to see that display right there. But I'll kind of lean it this way so you can see it. But I just sat and I read over the instruction manual, and it's pretty easy. You know, when you first turn it on, you take this switch and you put it right in that middle setting. You've got a off, on, and an aim setting. And this says that when you turn it on, when you initially turn it on after putting batteries in, you set it to the aim. Then you can use your up arrow, down arrow, and OK. Right? So anyway, I'm just going to go through this. I'm not going to read the instruction manual. Whenever you, or if you have your own, or if you decide to purchase one of these yourself, you know, it comes with the instruction manual, and you can, you know, sit and read through it yourself. I'm not going to just sit here and go through every darn thing on the instruction manual for you. But I am going to go through this and kind of do a quick setup. So, let me turn it on. I'm going to put it in the aim position, which is the middle. And right now it's asking, whoop, you see the red light came on. So after that blinked, then I can use my up and down arrows to set the time. And right now it's 8:25, 26, 27. It's 8:27. So this right is 8, and that's the time. So I'm setting it to 8:27. I'm clicking OK. And this is the date, right? This is October, which is OK. And then the 4th, which is OK. And this is OK. Alright, so this one I think is asking me for, what's this one asking me for? The, I think that's setting internal, or the interval, a detection delay interval. I think I had it set for 30 seconds. Yeah, I think I had that set 30 seconds. So I'm just going to click OK. And then that blinky thing right there is video. So I'm choosing to do video. On here you can choose either to do what do they call it? You can either choose to do camera, where it just takes a picture, or you can choose to do video. And then down there it says video, and that's what I chose. So click OK. The ID, which is the camera ID. I only have one of these, so it's ID number 1. Just click OK. And do I want to? So the DE. What is the DE? Okay, the DEF is for setting default settings. And what's blinking is in, and I'm saying no. I don't want to reset default settings. So I'm going to go here. And then FO is for format. FOR is format. And that's talking about your SD card. Right now it's blinking no. I'm going to go to Y where it says yes. I'm just going to go ahead and format this card. There's nothing on it. I already checked it in the computer. But it's in here now on the side. So I'm going to say, yeah, go ahead and format it. So, you saw that. It did the format. And now, it's pretty much ended the options here. So it went back to the time, right? So it's showing the time, which is 20 is for 8 and 29. So 2029 is really 8:29, and this at night. So it's 8:29 at night. And the thing says video. So I think this thing's telling me it's blinking, and it's telling me it's ready to go. It also sees me, it sees my movement. See that? It senses my movement. So, but it's still in the aim position. So in the aim position, it's got two functions. One function is setting up all your camera here, following this, and the other function is when you put it up somewhere, right? Say you want to put it up like 6 feet, at least 6 feet high, and then you walk around, 20 and 30 feet, out from it, and that thing will blink to let you know that you're aiming. It'll blink and let you know that you're aiming pretty good, and that you're within the field of view, of this actually. So the aim setting has two functions. One function is to set it up following the instruction manual, and the other function is to aim it so that it gets a good view. Alright, once you got that done, you turn it, or once you got it set out somewhere, right, and you got it aimed, then you just turn it to the on position. And what it does is it sits there and it waits. So it's kind of counting down right now. That gives you time to get out of the way. But once it's counted down, it sits there. See how it stopped blinking? Right now it's just waiting. Right? It's waiting for something to go in the field of view. You notice it's not blinking. right? The blinking is only for the setup. So I come over here and I'm in the field of view. It ain't blinking. But what is it doing? It's taking pictures. It's doing a video, right? If that thing was blinking all the time, every time something got in front of it, you know, they'd see it. You know, the raccoon would see it, or the deer would see it. You know, the cat would see it. That's why it's not blinking right now, because it's on, it's functioning, and it's doing its job. So later on, what I'll do is I'll go back, you know, after this thing's sat outside for a long time where I want it to go, and then I'll come and I'll take the SD card out, put it in my computer, and look at all the pictures that have been taken on it. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it off. And then close it. Right? And the next thing I need to do before I can take it out and put it somewhere is I actually need to come up with a better strap to be able to strap it onto a tree, or whatever I decide to strap it onto. So there you go. That's it. That's how it works. That's the Tasco. This one happens to be well, it just says 8 megapixel trail camera. Didn't really give me a model number or anything. Oh yeah, the model number is 119271CW. So yeah, there you go. Cool. All done. As soon as I get that strap put together a little bit better, then I'll be taking that out and putting it back out in the shed or out in the yard or wherever.